And we're back. Said check lens cover, so it's probably going click, 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 click. I just turned it off and turned it back on, so it's only been a couple seconds. Yeah. Got this lighthouse light going out here, spinning around. That's why I set the camera up last night, is kind of to give me more clarity if somebody approaches it or fucks with it. You know, I want to be able to put their images on TV, yo. For real. I was like, look at this trashy shit. You can't even have a little decorative thingy in your yard, yo. You see? So, while I'm here, I'm gonna run that camera at night in case some shit happens. Then I have it. And I will for sure fucking goddamn submit it to law enforcement and to news crews. Yo. I'll make a meme out of this shit, you know? Stealing lighthouses and shit. Fucking with them. Vandalizing them. You know, I don't like that bullshit, man. You go out of your way to destroy somebody else's hard work. Or to destroy somebody else's, you know, what they've done to make something prettier or better. So yeah, I'm stuck out here in the heart of northern Michigan, where it's like, you know, if only there was one other special entity, you know, to hook up with. That's not like connected to someone else, married or, you know, otherwise hooked up with someone, you know, because I don't do that kind of shit. It's like, you know, my life could open up a little bit more, I think. If I could be more mobile, I could maybe do something more, maybe get a job or something, I don't know. See, that's something people don't consider when they judge me as, you know, oh, he's a scrub, he's not working, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, you come walk a mile in my shoes and you'll for real be walking. See how far you get. See how far you get with my record in a little town like this where they pick you apart for your past. And they fucking do extensive criminal checks. Now, it's like, you know, extensive. Finding a job out here within, you know, reasonable driving distance is not like finding a job at somewhere else. A good job, you know, where you can actually make a nice paycheck. And now, because of this dumb shit, millions of people are losing their jobs. The empty hospitals are causing people to get laid off at hospitals all over the place, man. So it's like people who are in healthcare, like Lisa, my ex-wife, you know, they consider, you know, testing out their options, looking around at different hospitals, places they could go to work. And they're seeing they should just be goddamn grateful they have a job where they're at, because other people are losing their jobs. You know? I mean, in droves, man, just, you know, hundreds of people at a time and shit. This is crushing. All for, you know, some little bug who thinks he's God. You know? It's like, this little bug should be required to give everybody who was negatively affected by him all his money. They should all be wealthier after this. You see? Now, if we get a supernatural entity in power, like, you know, somebody that can league with me to rule this world, all these fuckers that perpetuated this hoax, and all the famous people who rolled with them, and everybody in all governments who rolled with them, they'd all be in FEMA camps. We'd be taking their shit, you see? So, it's like, there was people in the door. I didn't know. They were looking out at the lighthouse, probably. I'm sure it had nothing to do with me. But it's like, that's what we'd be doing with them, man. Is, we'd be putting them in FEMA camps so that we could take their money and we can do with the world what was supposed to be done with it, with their resources and their money and their power. And the world would get better. It would get prepared for an entity like Christ to come here, you see. Christ, his impersonator first, which is Lucifer. He's going to come here as buffer between Christ and the artificial intelligence, ancient artificial intelligence known as Satan. So, we've got a lot of stuff I have to get done fast, and I'm going to need a lot of different options. You see, that's something I'm aware of. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I could end up in another state. You know, living with people I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen yet. I don't know what direction I'm going to get taken to, what direction I'm going. I know what's going to happen here if things could get straightened out. If we could take these entities that are, you know, perpetuating this shit, trying to dissolve, you know, everything written. They're just trying to dissolve it all. Okay? From all angles. If we could take them out of the equation and have entities here that do want to make it good for animals. They do want to make it good for people, you know? They're not just people who say the shit and then do the opposite. You see? So, yeah, their lighthouse is pretty cool. I keep an eye on it because it just seems like the light is getting attacked. You know, those of us who represent the light were hated, like Christ was hated. There was entities who hated him who should have actually loved him, and it was just it's weird to look at his life, man. And a lot of the entities that rose against him don't even know why they rose against him. They just did it because others yeeked them up to do it. You know, they infiltrated their circles and shit and presented themselves as, you know, one of them. Oh, we were your long-lost tribe, cousins from the long-lost tribe, you know, and they immigrated, and Christ tried to get rid of them. They were messing with the scrolls. They were tampering with the scrolls, tainting them. And he tried to get rid of them, and it got changed by them to, oh, he was just chasing money changers out of the temple. And it's like, it was not too long after that that he warned about not being able to find sound doctrine, aka truth. And these entities are now in full-fledged power over everything, okay? They don't have the same values that normal humans have. And they have managed to program a lot of humans. It's cold in here. They have managed to program a lot of humans to their mentality, you know? And they're gloating in this, that they can make people not have empathy for other good people. They can make people suffer. They can make animals suffer, make people not care about it. You know, since we've been here, I've watched how many homeless cats, you know, roaming around this neighborhood, and it's like my heart goes out to them on a level that, you know, it's like, hey man, I am not the person that I was raised to be. It's like, there's a part of me that wishes I still had some of that lack of empathy because, well, this shit, it breaks my heart. It hurts me to witness it. It hurts me to see it. And I can't believe that I spent so much of my life without a proper level of empathy towards, God's creations. And it's just like, I feel like so much of my life got wasted that it could have at least been applied to that, And because there was just so much there that I could have helped that I didn't. And there was so much there that I could have comforted that I didn't. And once the opportunity is gone and they're no longer there, the opportunity is gone. And they're no longer there. You see, either they suffered and died, or God had to make other arrangements for them. Sometimes you can't always make other arrangements for them. You were the last hope, you see. And I feel bad in any instance where I may have been the last hope and I failed, I can see myself through the eyes of entities that were waiting on me to wake up and to revolt against the programming, what I was programmed to be. And it's pretty ugly. And it's pretty sad. And, that's what I've shared with y'all, is just how ugly, I have been. And how I've tried to transform that, transform it into something beautiful. Not for myself, but for the entities that I can benefit as a more beautiful entity. And yeah, I'm transgender, but I don't spend all my time being smooth and made up and pretty and dressed up. I live as the entity I was born as, and try to be dynamic in that respect until it's opened up for me to do something else. Now, that doesn't mean that someone else is already opened up for it. They shouldn't do it because, well, their life is different. But in my case, I was supposed to be what I am right now, who I am right now. And I wasn't supposed to tamper with it yet. And maybe the time's coming where I'll finally be able to at least modify a little bit, where I don't have to do so much hair worship, the ritual, the shaving ritual. I hate all that. Always having to keep up with that. If I could get past that, my life would be opened up quite a bit. All right, y'all. It's been a nice evening spent with y'all. And hopefully you're all blessed. Especially you have blessed me, man. It's like, I'm always happy to see that coming back. And I guess I better go in and see if, like, an animal didn't make a mess or something, and they just didn't want to interrupt me because they heard me talking to y'all. Well, they mean I don't want it to interrupt their conversation, And they're not called upon to clean up my cat's messes. That's my job. That's my ministry. Alright, y'all, so you be blessed and have a good night. This is my last video of the night, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully. Alright.